Hey guys, it's Jack here from irishtech.ie, and today I have for you guys an unboxing video of the Razer Phone 2, which launched today in Ireland with 3, and we managed to get our hands on a device, so I'm going to take a look through the box here and see. But just before I begin, I want to give you guys an idea of the specifications of this phone. It's got the main drawing point is the 120Hz display. Obviously, it being Razer, this phone is kind of marketed towards gamers, so this high refresh rate will kind of grab people's attention, especially if they're going to be doing a lot of mobile gaming. And just even in general, I'd say the difference will be, in terms of smoothness, will be quite noticeable. So yeah, it's got this 120Hz display running at Quad HD 1440 by 2560 on an LCD display. It's a little bit smaller than maybe some other flagships at 5.72 inches, but there's a pretty good reason for that, and we'll see just what that is when I open this box up. But in terms of the specifications, we've got 8 gigs of RAM, a Snapdragon 845 processor, obviously Snapdragon's latest and greatest there, 64 gigs of internal storage, and a 4000 milliamp hour battery. The camera's got the rear camera is capable of recording in 4K, and the front camera running at a pretty standard 1080p. And as far as I'm aware, this is running Android 8.1. But let's open up this box and see what's inside. So straight away we're greeted with the phone here. It looks pretty slick, a little bit square. I'll talk about that more in a second. But I'll take the phone out here. This is what we get. The front, obviously. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about in terms of why the display is a little bit smaller, is because we have these big bezels on either end. And what's actually really interesting about these is that the bezels are pretty much full speakers. Obviously at the top here we have a camera and a sensor of some description, but these huge speakers here should make for some really great audio playing, especially if you're going to be playing games or playing music, if you're hanging out with some friends or that sort of thing. But if we flip it over, the back is absolutely beautiful. There's this Razer logo here, which when I turn this on we'll see actually lights up, and there's a few cool things you can do with that. But the back is absolutely gorgeous. It's a glass panel and very nice. And what's another interesting feature about this phone is that the fingerprint sensor, we don't have facial recognition here, but the fingerprint sensor is on the side. Just here, I don't know whether you can see that there it is, just there on the side. So if you're right-handed, now I'm left-handed, so there's a little bit of a pain for me, but if you're right-handed and you pick this up straight away, if you don't have your phone or your finger on the screen, obviously your thumb just goes right there onto the fingerprint sensor, so you can just press the button and it reads your fingerprint straight away, and you've almost instant unlocking, which is pretty cool. But obviously for someone like me who's left-handed, it's a little bit more awkward. I kind of have to reach around with my middle finger, maybe my ring finger, or even my index finger, depending on what way I'm going to be holding the phone. But it's a little bit of something different perhaps, so it's pretty cool. But put this aside for a moment and we'll have a look through the rest of the box here and see what we got. I think this is some manufacturer's information here, maybe. Pull this out and see what we have. It looks like it's we get some cool stickers. Yeah, they change color based on the light. That's pretty cool. But looks like we have I think this is a Razer branded SIM removal tool. Pretty cool. Let me hold that up there and you can see Razer in it. So obviously you use that to take out the SIM tray and that sort of thing. And there's the stickers as well. But we also have this Razer Power Brick, which is the US version, interestingly enough. Might have to do something like that, but that's pretty cool. I doubt that these logos are RGB, but nonetheless. And coming in here, what cables do we get? Let's see if I can get this out. There we are. It's USB-C to USB-C. So obviously this plugs in here. Now that is a little bit annoying because Obviously this isn't going to work in the plugs here without an adapter. So you'd have to get your your standard USB to USB-C. That's a little bit annoying. Hopefully that shouldn't happen if we're buying it from 3 here in Ireland. But thankfully as well, we get a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter. That's really good, because it doesn't look like there are any headphones or earphones rather included in this package. I know Razer do have their own brand of earphones. I think they're Hammerhead is what they're called, but we don't get them with the Razer Phone 2, but thankfully this adapter is included. That's really good. But I'd say, as usual, it'll take me about 2 days before I lose something as small as that. But that's kind of it. See on the inside of the box here it says flagship / gaming. So definitely this phone being heavily marketed towards gamers anyway. But yeah, that's about it for the unboxing. I'm just gonna turn on the phone here for a second. If there's any charge in it, that should be 30-40%. Yeah, power's on there. So greeted with a nice Razer logo and powered by Android, and cute little boot animation there. Hopefully this will turn on once it powers up. But I'll just wait for this to boot up. Yeah, there we go. There's the Razer and 3. Obviously this Razer phone is launching with 3. And yeah, there we go. See how that lights up now. So this RGB thing is pretty cool. There's the Razer Chroma app comes installed on this phone, I'm pretty sure. And you can there's a few cool things you can do with this. You can set it that it lights up as a notification light, like you'd normally have here on the front on most phones, like your S9s, your S8s, whatever. Or you can set it to be breathing through the various colors, so you can have it breathe through green to blue to red and all that sort of thing. So it's the standard thing of whatever millions of different colors. But I'd say that's, because it's so big, it's a bit of a battery killer, but we'll have to see how that works out. But a 4000 milliamp hour battery anyway. It shouldn't trouble you too much, so I'm gonna go set this up. I'll get my sim and get everything installed, and we'll take a quick look at the UI before I wrap this video up, so don't go anywhere. Okay, so it's a few minutes later here. I've finished setting this up. I just did a restore from my other phone, and we're all good to go. So this is kind of what the UI looks like. As I mentioned before, there's all these Razer apps pre-installed. We have Cortex and all this sort of thing, and there's Chroma as well. So I'm just going to take a quick look here at what I can do with this sort of thing. So it's breathing at the moment, so that just kind of has it, fading in and out. But I can also change it to notifications, so it lights up based on what sort of notifications we can do. But I just want to see what I can. There's a way to this spectrum, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so now we see it's cycling through all these colors, and that's actually pretty cool. Now, from what I understand, see, it says in high mode it uses the highest amount of battery consumption, so I'd say it does eat through a fair bit of battery, but at the same time it does look really cool. There's some notifications saying me getting emails and all that sort of thing, but yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. I'm just gonna see, because I heard if I go over to display, okay, it's running at WQHD by default, but I'm pretty sure it's only running at it's only running at 90 Hertz. So if I up this to 120 Hertz, now obviously the higher the refresh rate, the more battery you're going to use, but seeing as, kind of, at least in my opinion, the main selling point of this is the high refresh rate, it's pretty much worth it. So yeah, I can already tell, I've been using this for less than 2 minutes, I can already tell how much smoother it is. And actually, even if I come over here, if I bring my Samsung, it's my Galaxy S9, and it's definitely noticeably smoother. But we can do a quick screen comparison as well, side by side, so you can see that this is an S9 Plus. Sorry, you can see that in terms of size, the Razer phone is actually much bigger, and yet despite that, because of the sheer size of these speakers on the top and bottom, the screen does actually end up being quite a bit smaller. But again, only time will tell if I'm able to see a noticeable difference here. But do try and keep an eye on the website, because I'm gonna get a review up for this phone as soon as I can. To use it for about a week and see what I think of it. But yeah, in terms of this unboxing, that's pretty much me all done, so I'll wrap it up here now. So like I said, do keep an eye on the website. We try our best to write as much as we can, and there's certainly going to be an awful lot of reviews coming out now for all these various devices as more is released. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.